Hello, and welcome back as we go once more into the breach, dear friends, down in the blackened barrows of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. That's right, folks, once more unto the breach, because we've got to put together a team that can get Lady Macbeth the resolve she needs to, I don't know, maybe not kill herself off stage this time. You gotta come up, Lady Macbeth. If we're gonna send you down into the Crimson Court, we really need you to not be worried about a single spot of blood. Vampires down there, gonna be a lot of blood down in the Crimson Court, and I'm not sending you in until ideally you're level 2 and you guys all have upgraded skills as well. So what we've got to come up with is a plan better than Macbeth's when it came to dealing with his problems. His plan was basically just kill everything. Although, now that I think about it, as far as plans go in Darkest Dungeon, just kill everything is a fairly respectable plan. So let's see if we can get Lady Macbeth the resolve we need. I know the courtyard is available. I know you guys are probably eager to get down into it. Two things we've had working against us with this, though. I don't want an antiquarian-only trinket. I'm not a huge... Well, I kind of dislike antiquarians. I think they're sort of bad. I'm not a huge fan of highwaymen either, and the two trinkets we've had available now for the courtyard have been highwayman and antiquarian, and I would say probably those are among like my 3 least favorite classes. I would put them down with like abomination, antiquarian, and highwayman, probably in that order as my 3 least favorite. They ain't so good. I'd like to get a trinket for somebody I might actually want to use, although plus 50% healing skills with a bonus blight skill, and that's actually that's a useful trinket for an antiquarian, really, though. It's very good. It's very complementary to a lot of things the antiquarian does, but also we don't have an antiquarian, so that's again sort of defeating the purpose. What are we gonna do? We don't have one. Why go down to the Crimson Court? We gotta find something else to do, and what we would like is that something to be a medium-length mission. I think we can put together a team that's going to be able to pull that off. We are going to want Lady Macbeth in on this, of course. If we can get her in, she's got to be in. Launce, we're coming at this one a little crabbed here. We're going to try something we've never tried before. They have changed the occultist so that weird reconstruction now works from any position. I don't really want Demon's Pull. I like weakening curse. Abyssal artillery only works from 3. We want all abilities we can use at a second position. Hands from the Abyss works from second position and is a stun. Demon's Pull we could also use from second. It does clear enemy corpses, which is useful. It does terrible damage, though. Vulnerability Hex, we're pretty much going to need, though. Okay, so we're going to have to do some switching, but I think we can get Prospero to work out of the second slot here. Rosencrantz, sorry, pal, you're going to have to sit this one out. I mean, sending you in without your bosom companion, Guildenstern, sort of seems unappropriate anyway. I mean, it's Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. And yes, Perfidious Pete is going for the obvious joke with the 2 bounty hunter party, both bounty hunters being by Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I'm not above pandering. So what do we need then? Well, we're going to have to get some people some skills that they need. Prospero, you are going to have vulnerability hex. For the party we've got here, it's sort of a must-have. Falstaff, you also are going to need some better abilities. You know, better than just mooching money off of your friends. Battle Heal. Are we going to want you to have Holy Lance? We kind of do. If you get moved, we would really like you to be able to get back in position swiftly. Yeah, those are all acceptable. Prospero, so you're sorted. Lance, we know you're good because you've been in a dungeon before. We do want you to have Cry Havoc. Not necessarily, well, yeah, you know what? No, necessarily. I was going to say not necessarily equipped, but that's actually not true. Not only do we want you to have it, we want you to have it equipped. So standard layout here for old Falstaff. We know what abilities we like. We're going to ditch this. We want Sacrificial Stab, yes. Weakening Curse is excellent. That's got you sorted. Lady Macbeth, let's grab you. You're already good. And that just leaves Launce here in the back, who we're going to get rid of Blackjack since we're not going to have a chance to use it. We got Lick Wounds, which is our self-heal. Cry Havoc, Stress Reduction. Pete, are you going for a Stress Reduction build here? A little bit, and we should probably get Target Whistle, too. You know what? Yeah, we're definitely going to get Target Whistle, because Hound's Harry is actually absolutely pointless if we're going into the ruins, since nothing there can bleed. We do have some units that have marks and mark synergies, so let's just go ahead and pick up Target Whistle. get you sorted, and yeah, this is pretty much exactly what we want you to have. So, Hound's Rush, Target Whistle, Cry Havoc, Lick Wounds. Team sorted. Let's do some trinkets. Do we really have any trinkets, Pete, that are worth equipping? Yeah, not so much. Bonus accuracy to range skills with a penalty to dodge. Slight bonus chance to blight skills. I mean, we should use that. We'll take that. Oh, here. We have equipped trinkets? Why? Oh, we equipped them to carry them out of a dungeon. Right. Well, let's just take all those off then. Lady Macbeth's going to double up. She's probably going to be like our only trinket haver. We're going to give her a blight stone, and then we'll also give her a blight amulet. That's plus 40% to our blight skills chance. Slight trade-off in speed. We're just swapping some resistances around. We're not really giving any up. We're just sort of changing them a bit. Prospero? Do we have anything we might give you? A speed stone is just genuinely useful. It's just plus 1 to something. Steady bracer. Bonus to range skills. You're not going to be using any. Blighting satchel is actually only for grave robbers. I suppose we could give you a speed stone. I would really actually rather give that to Prospero than you. We're not exactly trinket rich yet, but hey, we're 3 weeks in. Finding trinkets for everybody is going to be a little bit of a difficult task. I think for now, we're as good as we're going to get. Let's get in here, get this dungeon, get Lady Macbeth the shit she needs to get the job done. What the hell? Still trying to figure this blood out, though. All right, so last time we only took 13 torches last time. It proved out to be kind of like not enough. So this time we're going to take... I'm tempted to just take 2 full stacks. You know what? I mean, in fact, I'm going to do that. 2 full stacks. 2 full stacks of food. What else do we want to take into the ruins? I mean, we've already got an anti-venom and a holy water. That's probably good. Let's take 1 medicinal herb. Don't really need a bandage. We're going to need some shovels. Let's grab 3 of those and 1 key. Torches, food, etc., etc. Probably good. Off we go, gentlemen. Into this medium-length mission down in the ruins. Leading the way, the drunken idiot knight Falstaff, who was both a coward and a fool. Probably shouldn't have named a crusader Falstaff. He really wasn't much of a crusader unless that crusade was to make sure that Great Britain was free of liquor for all eternity. So we have to activate 3 corrupted altars, and this dungeon layout is a big, wet, smeary shit. Okay, we got surprised. That's good. We really want to accuse the stress unit here, so we could stab him. And you know what? If we got the surprise here, we should just go for the kill. Give me the facial stab here, Prospero. 6 damage. All right. We can get 8 more damage here. There's 4. Give me the bleed. Got the bleed. It's not enough, though. It's not enough. I think we go for the stun. That's got our back 2 units covered. And then Falstaff. Got it done. So far, so good. Comes a little graveyard slash. Okay, that hurt a lot. We took more stress from that critical than we probably would have taken from getting hit by the stress attack, which we're also going to get. Right in the old face there. 15 freaking stress is a lot. Pile some damage on you guys. Facial stabbing, I mean, it would be nice, but we also really need to start cranking out the heals here. We got most of that back. We definitely got to start working over the Bone Courtier, who now has fatal damage because he's got the blight on him. No more criticals from this fucker. You're dead. And what we got to do now is just grind down this last unit, who can really only do damage. It's grind. We're just stress healing from the rest of the way out here. That's going to be our focus, is just try and get rid of as much stress as we can. So, what should we do? Well, let's hit this dude with the weakening curse. Or alternatively, we could just mark him. See, let's just go ahead and mark him. That does 1 damage, marks our target. Weakening curse would have reduced his overall damage output. But, I mean, he's already got fatal damage. Turns out weakening curse probably would have been better. We're going to cry havoc here. See if we can't get a little AoE stress relief. I mean, alright, we got 6 back. You have 30, you got 42, 37. Lady Macbeth is still our priority. Let's get her as much stress relief as we can. Toss another wad of blight on this dude just to ensure his damage is fatal. He's not going anywhere. If he wins the speed roll, he drops dead. If we win it, we got a chance for some cheap heals, which we're going to take. Prospero healing for 5. Manages to stave off the bleed. 1 more shot for Cry Havoc. 12 aggregate stress relief is beautiful. We're going to go for the heal here. And there's the critical more stress relief.
Slowly.
See you in hell, Arbalist. All right.
This is how a life is taken.
Yeah, slowly, carefully, blah, blah, blah. That's how a life is taken. You know what, Wayne? I would actually prefer us if instead of slowly and carefully, we took lives just, you know, like quickly and haphazardly. Quickly, haphazardly. This is how a life is taken. Jade, we already got a stack of. I definitely want this ruby. What do I want to get rid of for it? Ideally, dog biscuits. Or a citrine. I mean, a 1,250 gold piece ruby is worth way more than a citrine, even though the citrines are stackable. Rubies are stackable too, it's just we're a hell of a lot less likely to find a bunch of those, and we have gotten surprise again. I honestly think we have a chance of killing these back units, and I'm still going to go for the stun. Okay, one resisted, which means, you know, we're going to take it. All right, so give me the weakening curse, and give me the mark on this guy. If we can hit that guy marked up with Hound's Rush, we get a really solid chance at just popping him with a straight-up kill. I really want him dead. 11, give me the bleed, and he dies. All right. Oh, no, god damn it. It's a good thing he was stunned. That is fatal damage on him. We're going to take a little bit of stress on Falstaff, and by a little bit, I actually mean a fucking metric ton. Prospero, sliced for 3. He's bleeding up a little bit. Here comes the Ren for the old gods. That one dodged. Prospero using his speed to good effect. You know what? I want you marked up as well. We're using Prospero primarily as just like a marking and softening unit. Got the kill with the bleed. 8 damage, not enough for fatal damage. Means we're going to take an eldritch pull. It doesn't cause stress, so... the shuffle is unfortunate, but the nice thing about this party is most of its members work reasonably well from just about every slot. With the exception of Lady Macbeth, who's completely porked at the moment because she can't do anything. Yep. The only spot she could have been in where she's helpless is, of course, the one she wound up in. And, of course, Falstaff came up 1 damage shy of the Promised Land, and now is going to take 8 trillion more stress. Yeah, oh good. 40 stress in a single fight. Well, as much as I'd like to kill some stuff, we're going to try and get rid of some... Well, we didn't get stress relief on the unit that really needed it, and we got critical too. Well, so far, this is fucking going swimmingly. Could you please... Unfucking believable. Great work, everyone. You guys are fucking fantastic out here. You're doing just brilliant. Is there any chance you could kill this unit? Of course not, because you are mal-positioned. Beautiful! It's not even fatal damage there, either, which means we're going to take... Okay, you've got to kill this person. No more stress. We got serious stress problem, and then you drop dead, so we didn't even get a chance to go back around and try and double up on the stress. That sucks. Debuff skill chance gives us -1 speed. We're going to give that to you. You have a debuff skill. The holy water, I mean, I suppose we could drink. It'll give us... You know what? Yeah, drink that. Give Falstaff some resistance to stress. I do want these heirlooms. You know what? I hate dog biscuits. Just take them. Pete, why do you always throw the dog biscuits on the ground? Because I never remember to use them, for one thing. I always forget even that they exist. The bonus that you get from them is so short and so tenuous. It just... They never matter. They never matter. I would way rather have those 2 portraits than any potential bonus we might get from those ridiculously worthless dog biscuits. The other thing I'm really looking forward here is we got to get rid of one of these inventory objects that's cluttering up our space. We got the surprise here. How much are you? You can take 1 more damage from a bleed. That's fine. Hit this guy with some blight. Give me the stress relief. We're gonna toy with these guys a little bit because what we need more than anything else right now... Well, it ain't a 0-point heal, that's for damn sure. But what we need more than anything else is stress relief. We gotta get some stress relief. Bone Rabble do not have really high critical, and they don't do overwhelming damage, so if we gotta tank a couple rounds of this, we can. Little bump in the night. Nice, man, that Prospero is fucking agile cat. He's just not staying in front of anything. Give me the big heal here. Alright, that's pretty good. Othello's buffed all the way back up. Give me... Cry Havoc again. We're actually getting some pretty respectable utility out of the old Cry Havoc. You're taking 4, so you're dead, actually. We'll go ahead and pile another one on you, and we can just let the Blight kill these guys over a certain amount of turn. 3 damage. All we're really looking for here, again, stress relief, you need a bandage. You took 1 damage, you big crybaby. Fucking suck it up. We have fatal damage on all these guys, so there's no reason for us to go out of our way to try and do anything in the death department. Give ourselves a little bit of a bleed. Not a big issue, we'll just have our, Plague Doctor go ahead and Battlefield Bandage that. The Plague Doctor and the Occultist do really combo quite nicely. More stress relief for our boy. And go ahead and cure that up. Taken care of. You're dead. Victory comes to us. We take your gold and go get shit-faced at the bar with Falstaff. Didn't think I was going to like this team, but you know what? Kind of like them. Tempting Goblet. All right, Lance can handle it. He doesn't have a whole bunch of stress. I'm tempted to mark one of these units, but instead... Bleeds are so ineffective in the ruins. It is known. 19 stress is unfortunate. Not the end of the world. I think maybe we should mark one of these. Well, you have 6 health. If we hit you with a Blight attack, there's a non-zero chance you go down in a heap. So let's hit that guy with a mark. Then we go for the Blight. Critical Blight. Are we going to get you? Nope. We got to do some other source. We're not going to. You know what? Kill a Bone Rebel. We could have J'accused and left them too. I think the single target shot for the guaranteed kill on one of them is probably overall the better gambit. And if you can land a facial stabbing, that's fatal damage. Oh, wouldn't have mattered. We actually overkilled it on the fatal damage. Both of those guys dropped dead at the start of their next turn. Fantastic work from Lady Macbeth right there. That was brilliant. We're going to take a Graveyard Slash. All right. That one's, that one's stinging a little bit. Little stress relief. We've got some time here before we start taking Terry penalties. Let's do some stress reduction. 49, 42, get 20. We can also get a little spare healing out of this. I wouldn't mind having Prospero dump a weird reconstruction on our boy. We are going to need to win a speed roll for that to be effective, though, Prospero. You could light that guy up. That's my boy. Oh, the perfect heal, though! And I say perfect heal because it did, in fact, heal every single last drop of that man's damage. Which, some of it got back through, but... all things considered, this is a win for us. We're going to take a Terry penalty here very momentarily. I think the aggregate stress from the Terry penalty will be offset. We're going to get... We can afford it. Who still needs a heal? Not really anybody. Well, let's go ahead and heal you, because if we give you another bleed, you can always clear it off of yourself. Which, by the way, you did do, so let's Battlefield Bandage, get rid of that bleed. This guy has fatal damage now. Comes the Graveyard Slash. Good God, they fucking hate Lady Macbeth. Jesus, everybody's a critic, I guess. I mean, her character, I wouldn't say she's a weak character. She's... I don't know, maybe these guys got a problem with her because she took her own life. She couldn't face the consequences of her actions, and the realizations of the things she had done haunted her forever. Like, that 0-point heal is gonna fucking haunt me. One more chance for stress relief. Try and lounce down. This guy drops dead on his turn, so we got no fear of a Terry penalty here. How about a Cry Havoc, then? And you're done. Solid fight. There's that citrine back again. Okay. You know what, Anti-Venom? I'm going to replace you with that. And I'd really like to keep these medicinal herbs. You know what, Busts? You're not a priority at the moment. There are actually other heirlooms we need more. I'm not going to open this because we're out of carrying capacity. My hope is we can find one of the curios we're here to find and get rid of one of these inventory slots and then pick that up on the way back, because we do have to come back. The curio's not going anywhere. Same for this one. We really need to find one of these. Are you it? Purify corrupted altars. Are you a corrupted altar? Nope, you're an altar of light. This gives us a buff. I believe it's stress relief, or is that the heal? It's bonus damage. You know what? Acceptable. Let's go ahead and crank the light. That gets us up to 77. I really hope there's a corrupted altar in here. Maybe? This is a tough call. We could weakening curse this guy. Reduce... You know what? Yeah. We're going to hit him with the weakening curse. The other option we had would have been to go for the mark and murder, which is an option that I like. But I think we can do better damage if we go for a back rank unit here and then follow it up with some blight. That will be fatal damage for one of these units with a little bleed over damage into his pal here. So you're dead now. A little bit of extra juicy stress relief from the incidental critical. Slice and dice hurts. That is one thing this party is going to have a little bit of difficulty dealing with. They are not going to be solid when it comes to handling AoE damage. The point blank shot is exactly why we hit him with the weakening curse, and the dodge made it completely irrelevant, but it was still, I feel, the right choice. You have fatal damage now. Taking a shank. Alright, Lounce can handle that himself. Let's get some heals working. Pete, how come he didn't heal Lounce? He can lick his own wounds back there. That's what that dog is for. Lick your wounds. I'm always a little bit curious about the whole lick wounds thing. Is that the dog licking Lounce's wounds, Lounce licking the dog's wounds, or the dog licking its own wounds? Because two of those three things are, well, one of them's just kind of dirty, but it's, you know, he's a dog, what do you expect? But the other two are real weird and possibly borderline criminal, Lounce. And the fact that he's hugging the dog, like near and dear to his chest, really kind of makes me wonder about exactly what's going on in that little brain of yours. We're going to go ahead and just murder this man. 625 gold, busts, crests. I honestly think we got to throw those on the ground. This is a holy fountain, not a corrupted altar. This is a heal, I think, and a buff. Oh, it's just gold, actually, which we can't carry. I'm not going to abandon gold. Something's got to give. Medicinal herbs, then. There's no guarantee we're going to find an alchemist altar, and no guarantee we're going to be able to carry the loot back. What do we do? Oh, good. Pointless hallway fight is going to wind up being pointless. I hate the fact that they added backtrack. Oh, here comes a shitload of stress. The added backtracking fights on, like, rooms that we've already swept do make me a little bit salty. And by a little bit, I actually mean quite friggin' salty. I dislike them a great deal. 5 damage, we can't get the bleed. Might have been better off to just go with a mark there. Fatal damage for you? He does have fatal damage. Facial stabbing also gets us fatal damage. Both of those courtiers are dead then. And that just leaves us with some bone rabble garbage in the front. Let's try and heal as best we can. Man, you guys with the graveyard slash, though. You guys want to fucking slow your roll a little bit? Maybe let up. You're going to die. Then you're going to die. Then we're all going to go around one horn. All right, heal yourself because you're perfect. Well, we got 2 out of that. An aggregate 2 healing. Exactly what we wanted. You know what? You should just lick your wounds. Othello is going to take both of these boys down as soon as he gets a chance to go. Don't critical. Even the 6 damage is actually more than I'm coming. Perfectly done, Othello. Magnificent fucking performance right there. On the plus side, I suppose it does give us another chance for our cultist to actually heal himself for a reasonable amount. And by reasonable amount, I mean, you know, literally any positive value. I want to heal myself for a non-zero integer amount. Yeah. Talk about too little too late. It's Falstaff's motto. Let's eat this food. Grab that. We can't carry these crests as much as I might like to. I hate leaving behind heirlooms, but right now gold is vastly more important. Pack contains loot. All of it is carryable. Trampled journal. Pfft, please, what is that? Like the bibliography of the life of Bob Dylan. He's like, I found a trampled journal about it. No, we don't care about Bob Dylan. It's Darius Rucker. That's all we want to know about. If it's not the journals of Darius, we don't give a shit. If it's not telling us what inspired him to write the runaway mega country hit, Southbound Train, I don't want to know about it. I just want his gentle voice rocking me like a southbound train on my way to Raleigh where I can die free. Darius Rucker fan, Pete? Not at all, actually. I think he was better off with the Blowfish doing what he did best, but I suppose financially he's better off doing what pays him the most, and when it comes down to that, I can't imagine that Hootie and the Blowfish were really selling out fucking stadiums or anything these days. Oh, you can actually light a torch from... that's interesting. I didn't even know that was a mechanic. Radiant Urn. Well, we already used our holy water, so what's in it? Infected by the ashes. A little... Who cares? We don't care about a little blight. Little blight ain't no big deal. I don't like that it takes them from the top of the stack, though, because now we have... Instead of... Yeah, it's going to split up our... I don't like that. It should... Blight damage and set off a trap on the same turn. Alright. This pack contains loot. How about a bandage? Well, medicinal herbs are useful if only we could carry them. Blackest of Fate. I don't care about Cuthbert and Bolin. When we eventually get a Henry V in the party, he might care about a Bolin. But until that time, we don't give a single shit about any Bolins. So... I'd love to grab those medicinal herbs in case we find either an alchemist table or something we could use them on, but curios always take backseat to actual money. Curios are the potential for money. Money is actually just money, though. And we still have not found a single one of these activatable trinkets, which is kind of pissing me off. This is one of the reasons why I don't like this style of mission. It's specifically because of you wind up missing out on so much loot, taking so much stuff out of the dungeon. It's troubling. We're going to go ahead and mark you, actually. Want to make sure the next shot we throw at that guy actually connects. Perfect. Wow. We took a catastrophic amount of stress from that one single critical. And now we're going to be on death's door. That's real bad. Well, we're going to have to go ahead and do that as much as we need to be doing literally anything else. Because we knew the dead weight was coming. Nice dodge, Prospero. Probably going to fall into the too little too late category. Blight makes it fatal damage on the bone corridor and gives us a start on this guy who's going to skip his turn thanks to our stun. Prospero. Criticaled for 6. Well, I'd have really liked to have seen more from that, but it is what it is. You're still above death's door, which we're thankful for. Here comes an axe blade. That, situation ain't gonna last, though.
Perched at the very precipice.
Which means, once again, Prospero will be doing this to get you off of death's door. This fight is going fantastically. 9-point heal. Might be enough to keep you afloat for a turn, but no guarantees. Hey, Lawrence, go fuck yourself. Alright? Like, take a giant dildo and just cram it in your ear or something and just maybe root it around a little bit. Comes the axe blade. All eyes on Prospero. These guys want everything he's got. You have 4 damage. I'm actually more comfortable throwing a little bit of attack at you. Give me the Jacques here. We weren't going to be able to generate a kill in all likelihood on either of those units. Maybe we could have gotten lucky with a single target shot at the Bone Soldier, but it would have required some luck. You still don't have fatal damage, but now you do. I'm not risking another critical quarrel that hits us for like 60 aggregate stress. Definitely got to throw a heal at Lady Macbeth now. She's got to bleed, but honestly, the bleed is probably okay. There's what we really wanted, which was the kill on that unit, and now we're going to Battlefield Medicine. We're not going to Battlefield Medicine ourselves, because we can heal Prospero for 1, and this will also cure our bleed. This guy does have fatal damage. Othello's going to get 1 last axe blade to the face, and probably really needs some stress relief. 9-point heal is nice. Resisting the bleed, equally nice. Turnabout is fair play. You scratch Lady Macbeth's back, she'll scratch yours. We're going to cry havoc. Well, we got 12 of that stress back, and we're going to get 6 more. Little Sesame Street action there. 12 and 6 makes 18. You healed 18 stress. I want that gold. I want that emerald. I actually want all of these things. What do I want to abandon for one? Really nothing. A torchlight is maxed, or I would use the torch. Well, an emerald is better than a citrine. We need those deeds too, though. I'm gonna waste the torch. I need these deeds. We almost have to have the deeds. In the unlocked strongbox we find 25 gold and some buffs for somebody. Drink that holy water. We have to go everywhere. I hate these missions to go find a thing or activate a thing. Pick up sacks of grain, all of that stuff. I hate these missions. I hate them. You miss so much freaking loot because your inventory is like a quarter filled with garbage that does nothing. Room battle with treasure. And also, you effectively wind up having to go to every single room, which is also fucking infuriating. These missions take forever. And the reward, yes, they do have some slightly increased overall reward because they know you're not going to be able to carry out as much loot, so the base reward has been buffed a little bit. But all things considered, they're almost never better than just a go explore or go kill stuff mission. The exploration and killing missions are almost always going to be better. If we could get a bleed on one of those guys, it would be extraordinarily useful. We're also taking a lot of damage here. You know what? Stab this guy in the face. That's a kill! A killing stab! You go for the stun here. If you lock him down with a stun, there's a chance we can kill him before he gets to whack us for more stress. These two units in the front are only doing damage, but they're also doing aggregate damage, which we don't have a massive way to overcome. We gotta hit this guy. 6. He's stunned. Alright, we can kill that man with a single noxious blight then. All is forgiven. Everything is fine. Heal ourselves for 12. That puts Prospero back in the pink. You take some fatal damage. He fucking dodged it, though. Oh, good. You know, 27 stress from a random critical. Fantastic. Well, we could be looking at somebody being afflicted if this guy throws a goblet of blood into our boy's face back here. Nope, he's throwing it Prospero. We really got to get some stress relief, though, guys. Like, desperately, we really, really need it. Could you mark this fucking guy so we don't miss him for the 85th time? Marking lowers his dodge, I believe, does it not? Oh, actually doesn't do anything to dodge. Oh, and then you critical him. Well, we need to start crying havoc because stress is out of control. And once again, we're going to find ourselves in a situation where we're going to have to grind what is otherwise a highly winnable fight because we desperately need stress relief. Somebody right now is like, Pete, you know, you could just, camping is how you're supposed to relieve stress. You could just freaking camp right now. Why don't you just camp? You could just camp and everything is... Yeah, thanks. I know how the camping mechanic works. We're going to hit this man with a weakening curse because we don't really need heals, and I don't want to be taking a whole shitload of damage when effectively all we're doing is murdering fucking time for stress relief here. The critical is very nice because that gives us 10 stress relief, which is fairly significant. At this level, 10's a lot. Also, it's going to help us get our light back up every time we can drop that inspiring cry. Prospero's healing up for 6. Took the bleed, which is unfortunate. You're not doing anything for the rest of this fight, Lounce, but crying havoc, so get used to it. Let's drop another stack of bleed on this guy. That buys us one more round, and it should make him be dead before we have to worry about taking the Terry penalty. Dead weight. As long as you're not stunned, I don't care. Perfect. Really, all I cared about was that you didn't wind up stunned. That was it. Just don't be stunned was all I wanted. It was it. It's like I asked for one thing for my birthday, Othello. One thing. And then what did you do? You didn't get me the one thing that I asked for. I asked for one thing for my birthday. Be like, you know what? I just really, all I wanted for my birthday was a telescope. And what did you guys get me? What did you get me? You got me an Xbox. Does a kid that asked for a telescope for his birthday seem like the kind of kid who's really into video games? All things considered, yes, almost certainly. But belies my point. 500 gold of citrines getting abandoned? Yes, they are. I don't feel good about it. Put the party back in order. You know what? Here, we might as well do this. What's an heirloom chest? A trinket, a move charm. Anybody can wear this, so here. If nothing else, it's just an easy way to get out of the dungeon. The busts I'm going to be forced to abandon. And now we're backtracking again. On the plus side, all that stress relieving we did get us a little bit of extra light level. Like, the backtracking down this hallway is effectively going to cost us nothing. We can get out of this for free. That was all bonus light. Finally, we found a quest location, so, you know, 30 minutes in? We're 36 minutes into this and we're at our first quest location? Are the other ones like 6 feet apart? Anti-venom does nothing for us. The gold we need but can no longer carry. Trampled journal. I don't care about trampled journals, man. I'm telling you, if it ain't Darius Rucker, I don't want to hear about it. This dungeon is taking a goddamn eternity. These missions take so fucking long. And we still have to do at least, you know what? I'm gonna wrap this episode up. That's it. 36 minutes. You know what, Darkest Dungeon? If you're gonna make me have to bitterly, miserably grind and try to find these stupid pieces of shit so I can get rid of this consecrated essence out of my inventory and actually carry some loot out of the damn dungeon, you know what? No, that's it. I'm calling it a day. Thank you, sir. I said thank you, sir. We're done here. We're done. I'm not gonna let you treat me like this, Darkest Dungeon. You know what? I deserve better than you. If you can't handle me, you know, at my best, Darkest Dungeon, you don't deserve me at my worst. Pete, you got that backwards. No, I didn't. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see the culmination of this quest and whether or not we can eventually succeed through this bitter, miserable 4.5-hour grind, might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Darkest Dungeon every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And eventually we, will go down into the Crimson Court. It's just, I want to get down there, and Darkest Dungeon, in true Darkest Dungeon fashion, is doing everything it can to thwart me. Everything. Be like, oh yeah, you got what you think is the perfect team and go into this mission. Every attack misses and the enemy's always critical. It's just bad RNG. And that's what we're getting right here too. Be like, oh, well, sorry, Pete, you want to go down to get this mission, knock it out quick? Lady Macbeth up to level 2 and then go check out some of the new content. Too fucking bad. This mission's going to take 3 hours. 3 hours in the ruins, which, you've seen 100 times. Yep. I'm salty, but I'm also done. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.